Hey, welcome to your podcast. A lot on, including our friend Lawrence Mooney has got a book out. Nice one today.
I thought you were going to say a lot on, including our paying for an extra hour, a bonus hour, if you will.
Thank you very much. I can't, obviously I won't do much for this podcast, top of being a little opener because I'm exhausted from doing 6 till 9 with you. That's right. But hey, Joel Selwood was on and...
I thought you'd be exhausted from all those women and one man fornicating.
Well, just people in general seem to want to bang. It's brutally honest.
I don't think it's a new segment called
just
Bang
put
Bang.
it subtly.
Plenty more. We go back to the time where Pete Smith came over to my apartment. You're going to enjoy it.
It'll all make sense after this.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Hey, John, what's going on here? If you look to your right, there is a certain man.
To my left. To my left, Dino.
Yeah.
Not to my right. There's no one in the right-hand chair because Christine Swanee's away and Sam Pang is in the studio.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Melbourne. Wonderful. Thank you for your company.
How you going?
You two. You got up early to work that one out?
Man, we planned it. Yeah. We rehearsed it. I think it went really well. The left and the right. It was nice.
I'm going to get rid of this now.
What?
I'm going to... I know it's going to be appreciated by the 6 o'clock audience. I just told Sam Pang off air that...
ORF?
I'm not a big participant on Instagram, I must admit, but had a nice little surprise yesterday when going through, there's that little thing that comes, it says people that follow you but you don't follow them.
Yeah.
And then you can follow them back. I'm going through friends of Kylie, friends of Dad, friends of my sister, friends of you, Deano, friends of Jackie Charles.
Well, I can't believe you're not following them.
All of a sudden, a man popped up on my screen. It said, Sam Bacco, follow back. Now, I know it doesn't make sense to you, Deano.
Or I would argue to almost anyone listening.
Sam Bacco, though,
yes,
would go down as arguably one of the greatest enforcers in state of origin history for Queensland. And I absolutely jumped. I was so excited, I fumbled the phone so hard that I had to hit follow back.
Wow.
And I told Sam the story before. And Sam, you were equally excited.
Well, I was, right? I was because I enjoyed State of Origin in the 80s and early 90s. But I'm not convinced it was something for on air. Because of our listeners who, I don't know if you know this, Brownie, we're in Melbourne, mate.
I know. And I said to you off air, I said, actually, I'm going to have to tell you this off air.
Yeah.
But I'm bringing it on air because there's going to be the odd Queensland follower in that specific area of the 1980s origin that really respects
for anyone who's still listening, there's a brutal example of what the next 3 hours are going to be like, all right? Complete lawless.
How are you, son? You good?
Good, mate.
Someone in Victoria won a third of the big one last night, so a third of 160 mil.
Is 53.3.
Jeez.
And they're from Clyde in Victoria.
Hey, good. Let's give it a go. If that was you, 13, 24, 10.
Hey, they were in it to win it.
They were. Brownie, you're not wrong.
You were right yesterday when you said you got to win it. Mate, you're all right. See, I wasn't in it, so therefore I couldn't.
You couldn't win it.
What are we talking about today?
In the next 15 minutes, if you've got a spooky story, 13 24 10, call right now. You could win $1,000 if you give us your scary story. Something that freaks us out, John. Yeah. Because it's the spooky season.
Sam will love this segment.
Lawrence Mooney's on today.
I doubt it.
Grand final captain, premiership captain Joel Selwood's going to be on.
Really?
And Pangy's here.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie. Ready to put your pool floaties to work?
Start planning the ultimate summer getaway with whatif.com. Find hotels and holiday rentals plus family-friendly resorts.
Just jump on the What If app. What if it's Aussie for travel?
Good morning, Melbourne. Chrissy, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100. Call now with your spooky stories. They have to be real. You could win $1,000 in the next 10 minutes. Pangy's in early.
They have to be real.
They have to be real,
like
man.
the first 4 days.
Yes. It's no swan today. So,
how about some tropical stuff?
Now, if you don't know what tropical stuff is, it's topical stuff.
Jesus, early.
It's a sense of the day. I thought we'd start the show.
What a way to start the show.
Well, just hold on. Friday, October 28th. That's the day. I always say that because... you lose track. Hey, when's your birthday? Tomorrow.
Yes.
John.
You better be dressing up for it.
Oh, mate, I've got the outfit that you sent me, and I'll put it on.
A lot of leather.
There is a lot of leather. But hey, Elon, you were talking about social media before.
Yes.
But you're an Instagrammer now, aren't you? You're an Instagram sensation.
Yes.
And
you're a Twitterer.
I like it for the news. I don't tweet much, but Elon Musk has confirmed he's actually bought Twitter, Dino.
Yeah, how much?
The Tesla CEO sent out a tweet to advertisers, which seemed to put the rubber stamp on the $44 billion, that's US, so 68 Australian deal.
Good conversion.
That's a lot thank you. It may have been written here, but whatever. He's also changed his Twitter bio to Chief Twit.
Yes.
Really?
Dear Twitter advertisers, I wanted to reach out personally to share my motivation in acquiring Twitter. There's been much speculation about why I bought Twitter and what I think about advertising. Most of it's wrong.
Oh, okay.
He also walked in, this is no joke, holding a sink and said, let this sink in. He was holding a physical sink.
Geez, that's commitment. That's commitment to a bit.
Good physical comedy.
I didn't know he had it in him. So there you go. If you're onto Twitter, it'll be interesting to see how things unfold.
So what's he going to do? Is he going to try and influence it somehow, Dino?
I reckon he's trying to play God with it.
Okay.
I don't know how, but he's
Is he
like,
more of a right winger?
Nah, he's in the middle, but no one knows. He's a maverick, I'd say.
Okay.
His family did love blood diamonds back in the day, though. If you're not,
Yes.
you know,
Well,
if
who
you're
doesn't
wondering.
love?
Right, yeah, settle down. 3. You mentioned about the lottery win. Wonder what happens to the other. So there's just one winner. No,
3.
3 winners. Whoa, that's a lot.
They get taxed on that. They get taxed on that. Gardner?
No,
you
they
don't.
don't.
But
No.
this is the bit that this was the big revelation for me when I first you heard about the big win. Someone winning big. They don't get it in a lump sum.
Don't they?
No, it's in installments.
It's like drip fed, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Smart.
Well, that's smart.
Oh, is it? It's
Oh,
my
it is.
money. I want it. Give it to
Yeah,
me
I
all
know.
now.
Well, you'd lose it all straight away. It'd be a,
Why would I?
it'd be a wild weekend. You'd be like that bloke that ended up in jail last weekend that he stole $160,000 from his workplace.
Yeah.
Went on a cocaine and hookers binge for the weekend.
That's right.
Yes.
And he went inside for 2.5 years.
Yes.
But like I said at the time, that weekend, those memories are forever. Him going inside and being a sex toy for a guy called Bubba, that will pass.
Bubba.
Yeah.
You got that from Forrest Gump.
There are now 33 horses in contention for next Tuesday's Melbourne Cup following the news that Caulfield Cup winner Durston is out of contention. What's happening there, race boy?
We'll have the mandatory scans now because the Melbourne Cup unfortunately had a couple of accidents of recent years where the horses, they couldn't stay the distance, Sam. And they had unfortunate injuries late in the races, so now they have to go through mandatory scans to make sure their legs are okay. So there's no breaks.
Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, will be published on January 10. So, Prince, I can actually give you something about this that you may find interesting. His publisher Penguin Random House has revealed that Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, will be published early next year.
Spare.
That's a good point. Well, it includes Harry's full account behind his decision to give up royal duties and move to the US. For Harry, this is his story at last. Buckingham Palace would not comment on the book. Do you know what I can tell you? It's written by a man called J.R. Moehringer.
know that name.
J.R. Moehringer is the one who helped Andre Agassi write his amazing book, Open.
Really?
And also wrote
One of
a
the
book
best
called...
books I've written. Read.
And also went on to... he's written a book called The Tender Bar, which was made into a movie.
There it is. Banks, you bought that for
There you
my
go.
birthday
It's
last
one of the
year.
great. It's one of the great.
Hey.
A California marijuana company has been sued for not getting its customers high enough.
Mate.
That is a
Really?
Dino.
Come on, if you're going to sell the devil's lettuce and it's not going to get your customer ripped, what are we doing?
What's the point of selling jazz cabbage?
What are we doing?
Last thing I wanted to mention, have we mentioned this? British radio host has passed away during his show from a suspected heart attack. British radio host Tim Goff died of a suspected heart attack in the middle of his show, his station confirmed Wednesday.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
what was he doing at the time?
he was just...
He wasn't doing Dead or Alive, was he?
No, he was about... No, he did this. The secret sound that day went off, though. Have a look. So that was the secret sound that day.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you got in early this morning,
Tim Goff,
obviously.
Tim Goff, British radio. Valet, gone too soon.
What a man.
This is the Chrissy, Sam and Brownie podcast. Joel Selwood, number 14 for Geelong, number 1 in your hearts. A premiership captain. He's a wine ambassador. I think we all are, but he's actually official. For Penfolds, that is. And the venture beyond Marquee by Penfolds has landed at Flemington. Here's Selwood.
Well, how good's this? The premiership captain of the Geelong Football Club, and just recently retired as well, Joel Selwood. Welcome to Chrissy, Sam and Brownie. It must be a big thrill for you to be on the show, mate.
It is. I've been waiting. I haven't done much since the grand final, so I've been waiting for you to get me on. It's been a while.
Where does it rank, Joel, being on our show this morning? In your CV, the extensive CV where everything's... Where does it rank?
Well, it's not my first dance with you guys. But I obviously put my hand up when I knew I'm out of work at the moment. I knew that you guys are moving on, and I was wondering if management were taking any interest. But they obviously not.
Let's do this all.
A little audition.
Let's do this all in reverse. What have you got planned? Have you thought about it? You've been retired for about a month now, Joel. What's 2023 looking like for Joel Selwood?
What is? Well, it's taking life as it comes at the moment. It's been away, but it's been busy so far. Obviously, everyone wants a little bit of you after the grand final, and it's been so good. It's been on a cloud and living that, but I didn't think that I'd be drinking wine before 8 o'clock come a month after the grand final, but that's what I was doing yesterday in the Penfolds marquee.
Joel, I was gathered around the TV with mates and I put $20 on that you would announce your retirement on the dais. Were you any chance
Too
ever...
classy for that.
Obviously. Were you any chance of doing that at the time, like a rush of blood?
Nah, sorry, Deano. I lost you $20 there. But it was,
I'll send you my BSB account.
It wasn't the moment. Nah, I thought I'd pass my boots on and little Archie can grow up into them. But anyway, it wasn't the time then and there.
Can you lift the curtain for us, mate? When did you decide to retire? Not when you announced it, but when did you actually decide in your own mind? Did you tell many people? And what were the thoughts about it all? Like, did you put much thought into how you were going to do it, or you're just going to wait to the end of the season, no matter the outcome?
Yeah, no, I was always going to wait. That's the way that I wanted to do it. It was just before round 23, I caught up with my manager, and I probably even left that conversation with him still thinking that I could probably do it and go around again. But by the time that I travelled back to Geelong, it dawned on me that he was probably telling me and that I should just think about it a bit more. And by the time I got back to Geelong, I thought, what am I doing? I'm at my happiest right now. I'm playing okay. The boys are, doing an outstanding job, and we've just got to win it and then can sail off and let them keep going.
Well, it was an absolute definition of a fairy tale, and it's wonderful that you did play on this year because, of course, a couple of years ago on the couch, Brownie, you said that Joel should have retired, and he was. I think you described him as a list clogger.
Yeah, no.
I didn't want you to bring that up, Sam.
No, Brownie's always been very supportive, Sam.
Really?
I must admit, I don't know whether it was from a bond with my brother that they may have a few stories against each other, but always very kind, as is everyone on this on the Nova show.
Mate, you had to look at his notes then, to see what he's talking about. Hey, no, you know what? Now back me up here, Joel, because I've copped a lot of grief over this. Now I watched the grand final with a very careful eye and a very well-tuned eye.
Okay.
Because you had an official role on the day.
I had an official role. I was a Norm Smith medal voter, mate. And I thought I'll do my votes at quarter time, half time. You're in the votes at quarter time. Your first quarter, along with the other boys. Set the scene was magnificent, mate. But I had Patrick Dangerfield as my 3 votes. I just thought, so the work that you and him did, especially early in the game, the big Bulls, set up the game. I copped a lot of grief because I was the only person that gave 3 votes to Patrick Dangerfield, including grief from my co-host here, Sam Pang, who's questioned my ability to judge.
Asleep at the wheel, the words.
Asleep at the wheel.
Is there a question here for Joel?
There is a question, Joel. in the best and fairest voting for the Geelong Football Club in the grand final, who was the highest vote getter on that day?
I have no idea. That was late in the night. For me.
Come on, mate. That was the biggest, mate. I'll practice that question.
That was a lead balloon, brother.
That was unbelievable.
That was a big leady. Hey, the whole football world were calling you guys old and decrepit, Joel. And then you won the flag, and then all dressed up as oldies for your Mad Monday. Give us something from that day.
Well, yeah, it sort of all came together nicely. We train at a complex out of Deakin University, and we got caught behind a retirement bus one day on the way out. We just thought that it may be a good idea if we could sort of poke a little bit of fun back, but we could have had egg on our face if it didn't go the way that it did. But we had fun. The pub's still recovering from all the feathers that Jeremy Cameron's left behind as he dressed up as a chicken. His chooks were on fire come grand final weekend. But it was a great fun day.
I don't know what else to say. This is our first opportunity to say congratulations. Of course, I'm sure everyone else done that, but it is just, you've been a wonderful ambassador for the game of football, Joel, and even better ambassador for Penfolds, Jonathan. You know what I mean? Because, by the way, I know Brownie described it as one of the great cooking wines, but he doesn't have the sophisticated palate that you do, Joel.
Well, I'm learning, and I jumped off a flight from Hawaii late, the night before last, whatever that is, and then made my way to Penfolds yesterday morning. And before I threw a long black down, and then I threw a Penfolds 2018 Grange down all before 8 o'clock, and it was delicious.
Joel, tell us about the Venture Beyond Marquee by Penfolds. It's landed at Flemington. Give the full plug. We're going to do this.
Well, it's exciting because it's obviously back. The COVID restrictions, I've obviously heard it in the past, but yeah, Penfold's first year in the birdcage, which is exciting for them, and they've got a space theme to it, which when I walked in yesterday was really exciting the way that they'd set it up. It's above the mounting yard, so you get a mix of horses too. You get to see the horse on the day, which sometimes not usually happens in those marquees. So looking forward to the day ahead.
Right. Thank you for your time. Congratulations. What a year. What a season.
Well done, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Friday, gang. We did it. No Swan today in all morning. Pangy has been coming up. Lawrence Mooney. Ask Brownie if you've never asked this man a question. Please, today is your day. You could win $10K for getting on the radio.
I'm going to ask Sam a question.
What do you got,
here
John?
we go.
It's wonderful to be here.
What have you bought for my birthday? It's tomorrow.
Now listen, what do you want? There is nothing in your life that you could possibly want that you don't have. What would you actually like? Would you like an experience? Would you like, what do you actually need?
I'd like you to pay for a drink tomorrow. Can you do that?
John, I've got one.
Oh, come on.
What do you mean?
Mate, you owe me a lot of money already. The least you can do is pay for a drink on my birthday.
Oh, mate, I will get you a drink.
No, that sucks. He does sleight of hand magic. Get him to do a trick for you tomorrow.
I'll do a trick for you.
Righto.
Yes.
Obviously, we're going to be...
I'll make your wallet disappear.
We're gonna...
No, I'll do a trick for you.
Okay.
But not for the crowd, just for you.
Do you want to do it earlier on in the day, or are you doing it later on when we go to the venue later?
You know what? I'll do one early, and then I'll do the same one 12 hours later, and we'll see. We'll see.
Juggling?
Well, there'll be some juggling going on tomorrow, don't worry.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissy, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie, no Swan today. Pang's was in early. I don't know why I keep saying that, by the way. It's just a fact.
It's gone now. It's moved.
True.
I was in here early. Who cares?
Previously on Random Thoughts.
What nursery rhymes would sound like read in the style of a kidnapper disguising their voice when making the phone call for a ransom?
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
I've got a good call in. Do you own a waterbed? An Uber where you're allowed to drive and it's called Uber.
Now it is time for Sam's Random Thoughts.
How no one has not picked up that last one? There's a business model just waiting to be...
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, so these are random
A couple of
thoughts.
teammates tried it on a footy trip once.
There's no rhyme or reason to these. This is just I've written down and
I like this.
There. So one is I wrote down Rick McIntosh. Right.
Oh,
Now,
the
Rick
great. Hang on. The great Rick McIntosh.
Rick McIntosh is the race caller responsible for this amazing call of Bit of a Lad and your horse Bit of a Lad.
They're off and racing in the Scotty Stewart Brodie, and Bit of a Lad missed it by 7.
Right?
Still gives me chills.
It's one of the.
Still gives me chills.
Jeez, that's
I watch my money fly away into the distance.
But Rick McIntosh.
The worst part is that race was over 3,800 metres. So knowing that I lost my money and there's still 3,800 metres to go, it's a tough watch.
That must be brutal to know that you had no chance. One metre, 1 second into that race. Rick McIntosh though he calls kind of the country.
Yeah.
So
races.
I heard
comes into his own in the jump season.
So I heard this last week. He was they were at Mooney Valley last week for the Cox Plate. Yeah.
Yep.
So he was calling the a rural meet, right? And then he obviously been watching the coverage on back at Mooney Valley. Yeah. And my good friend and Dr. Turf, of course, is a local Melbourne icon.
927 or L3Z.
So he must have been at Mooney Valley at the Cox Plate because Rick McIntosh, in his call of a country meet, referred to Dr. Turf back at Mooney Valley.
Straight in the opening race of the day here at St Arnaud, and if you're watching at Mooney Valley and you're anywhere near Dr. Turf, can you tell him he needs a toupee if he doesn't want to wear a hat? It's Estella Zane in front.
That's a man called... That's just during a race. That is crazy.
And he's giving him a clip as well.
Giving him a clip, and then he starts calling the race in the country.
Unbelievable.
Do yourself a favour. Google Rick McIntosh and famous calls. He's a funny man.
This one here just says Gilbert Godfrey ringtone. Do you know the novelty of ringtones? I think they're probably a bit de rigueur. I think they're a thing of the past. But
remember when you said have to pay $3.50 for them in the TV guide?
That's right.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Well, Gilbert Godfrey, who's one of my favourite comedians, and he passed away, I think, last year or early this year. He's got one. Imagine this as your ringtone. This is available now if you wanted to purchase it.
Oh, jeez. Chilling, wouldn't you?
As you can tell, Johnny had a very distinctive laugh, and now that is available as a ringtone.
That was the bookmaker after a Bit of a Lad missed it by 7.
Mate, I saw him live at Caroline's in New York, Gilbert Godfrey. It was a very funny. Oh, amazing.
Didn't miss.
Did you fanboy?
I met him afterwards.
Did you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a very big
autograph.
Big thrill for Gilbert.
Yeah, paying out his autograph book and just his diplomat.
I've just another random thought. Saving Private Ryan. Seen that movie?
Have I seen it?
What do you think it up?
God, what's
wrong with
that?
He's gonna
Bill Simmons did a rewatchable recently too.
Did he?
On Saving Private Ryan.
Well, I haven't heard it, but I'm assuming that the start of that movie featured heavily in that podcast.
Absolutely.
Because I wrote down that random thought because I'm thinking people may have forgotten, even if you'd seen that movie, the start of that movie when those boys are they're getting off the boats and they're in the water and bullets are going through. That is. The first time you saw that, you lost your mind. You could not believe what you're watching.
Went for 19 minutes, I think.
Oh, my God. It was unbelievable. Dan, have you seen it?
No.
Oh, mate, well...
No, don't. You got to watch it. It is the most unbelible first scene of the movie.
Yeah, it is.
So you can't breathe for 19 minutes?
No, it was really powerful. The other thing that was more powerful was that was powerful, but then about halfway through the movie, when all of a sudden... Ted Danson walks through as the leader of a battalion. I'm going... That's the guy from Cheers. What's
3 Men and a Baby?
This is like this is one of the most the grittiest, most realistic portrayals of the war on scene. There's Sam Malone from Cheers walking by.
Mate,
it was so jarring.
It's jarring.
You half expected Norman Cliff to be fellow soldiers with him, mate. It was crazy.
I think Simmons may have referenced that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think he may have.
How can you not? It was quite.
I reckon I have read, military history. I've read some old ex-soldiers, and they're talking about saying that's the closest thing they've seen to actually what it's like.
Having a bartender walk through as the leader of the battalion. Okay, cool. 2 to finish. I just thought one that just says the Great Weekend. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember Remember when
Is that
Jack...
Coxie?
No, when Jack Rewalt was on our show.
He was on that show.
And he came on and he launched, he said that the Great Weekend, and I remember he was going to be part of a Channel 7 show called The Great Weekend.
That's right.
Which he explained to me. Now, I remember being quite complimentary. And Jack went and found the audio, and you tell me if I was complimentary or not.
Let's have a look.
I tell you what, Channel 7's new lifestyle and leisure program, The Great Weekend, with Brian Taylor, Jane Bunn, Brooke Hogan and Jack Rewalt.
On the 24th of Feb, so after AFLX, 24th of Feb, tune in, 5:30 into the news.
That sounds diabolical.
I thought I was complimentary.
This is the Chrissy, Sam and Brownie podcast.
No swan today. Let's do this.
Okay. Dino's pitch. Ow! Dino's pitch. What? Dino's pitch. Dino's pitch. Dino's pitch.
Hey, over the years, this segment's been a little loose, a bit wild. It's where I pitch stuff.
Like you.
Yeah, a pistol. So we've got like 5-6 weeks left of the show. So I thought, we're going to go revisit some stuff. Now, who is this man, Pangy?
Sale of the century.
Well, that iconic voice belongs to the great Pete Smith.
Would you like to... Do you remember this? When I recorded that beautiful man, that icon of entertainment.
Yeah, so his voice is responsible for, I think it was mainly at Channel 9, but, so he was the voiceover for Sale of the Century. There was a voiceover. I know Tony Martin used him on his radio show, Get This. I think the Late Show. He's the voice of a generation.
Shows. Absolutely. We grew up with Pete Smith on Channel 9 especially.
Yes.
That spawned this.
Hanging with Pete Smith.
Hanging with Pete Smith.
I'm at home. Pete rocks up. This is introduction.
Pete, good to see you, man. How you going?
Oh, yeah, I'm just getting over your accommodation.
Did he come to your...
He came to your house.
Came to your cardboard box.
Talk us through the accommodation. Is it that bad?
Look, it's a bachelor pad. What do you want from me? I mean, with 30, me and my mate, it could be cleaner.
So that was Pete Smith's reaction to you opening the door and seeing your meagre accommodation.
Pete comes in. We need stuff. We need stuff to do.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to play PlayStation?
Oh, I'll play anything.
Okay,
me and Pete, we're hanging out. Yes.
In all seriousness, I'm worried about this. I'm worried about this because do we have enough,
if we get
liability insurance?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
That's what I'm worried about. He's a national treasure.
He's a wonderful guy.
And he's been in your house.
Yeah, me and him were just having a good time, talking about life, I played some music. This is my favourite song from Cypress Hill. We're just chilling for about an hour, playing video games, having a good time. And eventually, politics came up, and I asked him about Donald Trump.
In one word, is he a knob?
Knob doesn't cover it. It'd have to be a large knob, and you'd have to have a cover over it to protect it from rain.
Pete Smith.
Pete, is that early in the morning? Pete's this seems a bit dusty.
He's been on the good stuff with Dino.
I was going to say, you didn't.
Didn't line him up before it.
Is that Cypress Hill song just your favourite song, or actually what you like to do with Pete
It's
Smith?
a lifestyle decision.
We sat there for a while, and it got really nice. We started talking about relationships and stuff, and we discussed why maybe I'm single.
I don't know. I guess I put up these walls and I'm afraid to be vulnerable.
Well, I realised you're single when I saw the way you walk.
What does that mean? He doesn't know.
How many more of these have we got?
Let's keep moving. First kisses came up. I told him about my first kiss.
My first kiss, 1998, house party, spin the bottle, Jacqueline Earnshaw. I'll never forget it.
Pete told me about his first kiss.
I've forgotten most of the details, but I was in the back row at the Palace in Kilda on a Saturday matinee. My first sexual experience wasn't just a kiss. It was very sad, though, really. I was on my own at the time.
Pete Smith. Oh, God. Is there more?
We're having fun.
Mate, this is flying.
This next grab is called
Flying.
phone horseplay. We called a local shop near me just for a bit of fun.
God.
We're phoning in Dino's favourite shop.
Hello, Pens on Main.
Do you still have that sale on?
Do you still have that sale on?
Yep, we've got 15% off all our floor stock.
Oh, yeah? What about that other sale?
What about that other sale?
Which sale's that?
Get him, Pete. Get him.
The sale of the century.
Dino! You are a genius.
Keep going?
Oh, but really? You're not getting out on that? That's amazing. Keep going. What else you got?
Started talking about music.
What's in your iPod at the moment?
Fly Me to the Moon's on quick rotation.
Oh, fly me to the moon.
And let me swing among the stars. Either that or Swallow My Gift by Rock.
Just unbelievable.
One more.
Really?
What?
This is amazing.
Yeah. So he asked me about actually my favourite music.
My favourite jam is Tiger. You know Tiger, right? The rapper.
Sure, but you won't get me saying Rack City Bitch, 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 Rack City Bitch.
That was Hanging with Pete Smith on Nova 100.
Well done, mate.
I'll let Pete have the last word.
Good job, Dino. My best friend.
Want to see what happens in the studio? Check it out on Facebook. Follow Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
I always find hall pass. Hall pass are an interesting topic. We know what hall pass are.
Mm-hmm. Your wife's is Channing Tatum.
Absolutely. Channing Tatum. And I've been reminded about that many times. And often on a quiet Saturday night, she wants to put on Magic Mike.
The definition of it, the definition of a hall pass is an agreement between a couple to have sex outside of their relationship, usually with a celebrity, without consequences.
Gardner, have you discussed the hall pass at all?
Yeah, I've discussed it with my boyfriend, and it actually caused a massive fight between us.
Who you got?
Well, because his is a little bit too close to home. Like, you can't say someone that is within reach. Like, it has to be
your neighbour.
Yeah, exactly.
Jen
it
Hansen.
can't.
Did he go with Jen Hansen?
He went with Georgie Parker, who, of course, is a very talented Channel 7, I guess you'd say, broadcaster, media personality.
Sorry, when you say too close to home, you're putting yourself in the Georgie Parker category.
No, as in then, like, 2 days later, he called me and said, I just saw Georgie Parker at Woolworths. I'm like, that's too close to home for me.
Yeah, I was in the bushes, and she just happened to walk past.
Yeah. He was pushing the trolley for
So may I ask, so your boyfriend is his hall pass is Georgie Parker, and who's yours?
Sam Hewen from Outlander.
Don't know.
Okay. He plays Jamie in Outlander.
You told me privately it was Ray Mar.
Ray Mar.
That was off air, Dean.
Anyway, I was with great excitement yesterday. You know, I was having a chat to a mate of mine. We're out for a feed, and unbelievably, it came across my desk that her hall pass was none other than Sam Pang.
Yes.
Hey, did I get a lift?
Yes.
Now I know why you didn't tell me what this phone in or whatever you're doing here. What are you doing?
Mate, everything just went down the front of my white. I shouldn't have wore a white shirt.
As in, what do you mean?
The food, drink, red wine, everything down the front of my shirt. 13 24 10. Give us a call. Who's your celebrity hall pass?
And if it's Pangy, you must tell us.
I want to know who you having dinner with. Who you had lunch with?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you do. I'll give you a number later on.
Hall pass is called now. We've got a bunch of prizes. Let's roll.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
I know you're excited about it, Sam, and I've just told you. I'll put it out there.
If Sam got permission to fulfill everyone's hall pass request, I'd wager he'd be busy.
I don't know.
I've heard this a lot, is all I'm saying.
What is wrong with you two?
Very underwhelming. That's how they would feel. Anyway, I thought I'd throw it out there because it's an interesting topic. Very unsatisfied. Interesting topic. Who's your hall pass? 13 24 10, your celebrity hall pass. I'm going straight to Carly from Wallen. Right. Who's your hall pass?
My hall pass is Sam Pang.
Yes!
This is unbelievable.
Oh, boy.
I guess my friend's not the only person out there.
John.
I tell you what.
Well, Carly, it's lovely to meet you.
In what setting would you like this to go down?
Oh, listen, I think we could meet at the gym. I think that'd be the best place to meet.
Really?
And he could be showing off his rig.
Ooh, all right. Yeah, he is at the moment. He's got his pipes there. Put them away,
Starting to sweat up in here. It's hot in here, isn't it?
Thank you, Carly.
Carly, that's thank you very much. I don't know what to. What do you?
That's an interesting hall pass. Anyway, that's great, Carly. Anyway, let's on to the real celebrities. Ebony from Seaford. Who's your hall pass?
Hands off, Carly. Sam Pang's all mine.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
You're busy, man.
Hold on, now I know. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, let's just keep it moving.
Thank you, Ebony. Georgina from Brighton. We're going to go over to the Bayside to see what their particular tastes are in hall passes. Georgina.
It's Sam Pang.
Yeah.
He's got those big arms to wrap around me.
Sorry,
guns.
repeat that last bit about the arms.
I want those big guns around me.
Yeah, you'd feel safe. Feel safe.
Really, you like guns, do you?
Beautiful arms.
You do have big arms.
Oh, shut up, you idiot.
All right, this is not a stitch up. We'll go to another one now. Michelle in Listerfield, who is your hall pass?
Wait.
Has to be the Sam Pang.
Well done, you two. You've got up real. What time do you get in here to tee this up?
3 a.m. we'll hear.
You've knocked me over with a feather.
Wow. Michelle,
out of all the people in the world, all the celebrities, especially males, we've now got 4 in a row that have said Sam Pang, including my mate.
Michelle, where would you like this to go down, just out of interest?
I'd have to be at the Peninsula Hot Springs as I was watching him drop down that white robe as he strolls around the hot springs.
Jesus Christ.
The specifics, Josh.
Well, that was I appreciate you've given it some thought, Michelle, but
a lot of thought.
Be under no illusion. It would be a very disappointing experience. I'm just letting you know.
Michelle, you're in the draw for 10K a day.
All jokes aside, let's take another call. Let's go to Maddie in Richmond.
City. Oh, my God.
Good morning.
Hi.
Oh, Maddie.
Hello, Maddie.
There's your hall pass, Maddie.
I don't know who those first 4 were, but Sam Pang's mine.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I thought he only appealed to the more mature woman, Maddie. You're a younger lady.
Yeah, I'm just a woman of taste, is what I'd say.
Yeah, well, how old are you, Maddie?
24.
Yeah, you might have some daddy issues, to be honest, man, if I'm your hall pass. But that's very, very, you've obviously given it some thought. Where would we, what would it look like, Maddie? Are we going out to dinner first? What are we doing?
Absolutely. Wine and dine.
Okay. Wine and dine, yeah.
Yep. You'll have to pay, though. He's got long pockets and short arms.
Well, thank you for your call.
We've had female contributions.
Yeah.
Okay, so this has been fantastic. Got to go to a male to see who their hall pass is, just to balance things up. Brad from Hillside, who is your celebrity hall pass?
Mate, it'd be Pangy, mate. It'd be jumping that fence for that bloke.
Sadly, that's one of the nicest, most romantic things anyone's ever said to me in the last 10 years. I appreciate that, Brad.
You're welcome, mate.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
I want some tropical stuff.
Let's whip through. There's some big stuff.
Good.
Sense of the
Excited
day.
about this.
Friday, October 28, one day before your birthday, big fella.
Excited.
Elon Musk has bought Twitter.
Finally.
For $44 billion. That's American.
Competitive.
That's, I don't know who he's bidding against, by the way, but he's that's 68 billion Australian dollars. Whoa. He's also changed his Twitter bio to Chief Twit. There you go. 3 entries have split the largest lottery prize in Australian history. Powerball draw on Thursday night.
Yes.
3 winners. 53
All the numbers,
million.
Sam.
What?
All the numbers.
You know what? They were 10, 4, 12, 18, 2, 34.
And the supplementaries, please.
And 7 with a Powerball of 7.
Different lotto.
Oh, mate, you've just ruined it. All right, I'll do it again.
No.
Remember Brad Hardy was doing that on the radio recently on a football show. He's reading the lotto. They're ringing up to get him to read the lotto numbers out.
Jesus Christ. The internet exists.
Deano, a Californian marijuana company, has been sued for not getting its customers high enough. The lawsuit.
Imagine those customers buying some devil's cabbage, taking it home for no effect.
It's jazz cabbage, devil's lettuce, isn't it?
Don't cross them over. I was going to say, there's an issue there.
Imagine those poor customers buying some broccoli, going home and getting no buzz.
You know what, they've misrepresented and there's false advertising, and so that's going to court because, man, you've got to deliver on what you promised, Brownie.
Yep.
Hey, Arsenal star Pablo Mari has been rushed to hospital after being stabbed in a Milan supermarket. 29-year-old. He's one of 5 people to have been attacked. So he's not in danger. His injuries are not life-threatening, but he was just at the supermarket. And
a random case or a targeted crime?
No, 5 other people have been attacked. So I think it was just quite random.
Okay.
Prince Harry's memoir. Actually, what are you reading at the moment? I'll come back to you. Deano, what are you reading at the moment?
Nothing.
See, that's a good answer. See that? Bang, that's what you need. What are you reading, John?
Noise.
Noise?
By, is it Daniel Kahneman? Anyway, a famous psychiatrist, I think. Something about the noise in your head.
Well,
you should read it, sir.
I got plenty. On January the 10th, though, you'll be able to read Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, because that's being published as Spare, of course, I've been told by Jack, is that there's a phrase called the heir and the spare. So in this case, Prince William, of course, is the heir to the throne. And then there's the spare. Oh, Buggerlugs, one to the right. He's the spare.
Makes sense.
Just got some audio here of the noise in Pang's head. Continue.
So this is Harry's story at last. So that's Spare, January the 10th.
How many have to go before Prince Harry's the king?
Mate, I think I saw in one of the coverage, because I don't know if you know this, but the Queen died, and I don't know if you know this, and so there was a long list of, so William's next.
Yeah.
It's Charles, long wait, by the way, patient. Then it's William. Then I think it's William's kids.
So Harry's a long way down. He might be 8th.
Miles down. It'd have to be a King Ralph situation.
Well, Prince Andrew's probably ahead of him.
Hey?
Prince Andrew might be still ahead of him.
Seems unlikely, John. Got to be honest. Is there anything else we got? Oh, yeah, Deano. Just how are you feeling today?
Pretty good.
Good, because there was over in Britain, there was a British radio host who passed away from a suspected heart attack. British radio host Tim Goff died of a heart attack in the middle of his daily show. Whoa. His station confirmed yesterday.
It's a tough job.
Yeah, well, it's just, you might want to check, make sure you're all right. But,
a lot of buttons.
A lot of buttons. Actually, but I don't know the radio station, but the secret sound that day sounded like this.
It's a dull thud.
Yeah, so anyway.
What song was playing?
I don't know. Hey, I just wanted to wrap up too with, with the hall pass, well done with your little skit, getting all the callers to say the same thing.
It wasn't a skit.
We didn't do that.
It was not a skit.
I just
unbelievably 6 callers that rang up to say you were their hall pass. Which, you know what? I think it reflects. I think it reflects Australia's taste and their love affair with the national brand.
Does it happen to you quite a bit where people come up and say, did they tell you?
It does.
Yeah. Does that hurt a bit when a little part of you die inside when that happens?
No, I've had my time, mate.
What were you going to say about the whole past stuff? I
was surprised though that there seemed to be very one note, and there are other. There are other people that they could have chosen, like the great Dennis Walter, as if he's not.
Come sail your ship.
See, there's a better call in. Give us a ring if Dennis Walter's your hall pass. You know what I mean?
Well, you can do that on Wednesday.
Well, I'll do that. I'll do that next week.
Dennis on the phone.
13-24-10 is your hall pass. Dennis Walter.
Do you want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
One man, many questions.
Why do footy players remove their mouth guard when taking a set shot for goal? Why does a dog chew tissues?
Why, apparently, as we get older, do only our ears and nose get bigger?
Have all the answers.
I run on my face.
Ask Brownie.
Okay. Alexia in Mernda. Take it away.
Yes, hi. Thank you. Hi, Brownie.
Hello.
Why is the rule I before E except after C?
Why is the rule I after E except after C?
Like a receipt.
Yeah. Thank you for that example. Got another one? Receive.
Receive, yes.
Peace.
Perceive.
Yeah, all right.
I know, not relieve. Hang on.
Oh, wow.
If I just okay, let's just run this again.
Nah, it's
I don't relieve that. Why is the rule I after E except after C?
It's I before E. Just jumping in.
Thank you, Gardner.
Thank you.
Fact check is important.
Thank you.
Gardner, while you're on this path,
sure.
This is too late in the morning for me. Why is that?
I before E except after C and in Ashley.
There we go. Ashley Gardner. Come on, you're the wordsmith.
This is Ask Brownie.
Thank you, Ash. That's exactly right.
You can say you don't know, man. There's no shame.
It's okay. John,
Say it.
it's all right, mate.
Say it, John. Say it.
I'm trying to go back to my primary school days because we did learn this for a reason.
Look, Alexia, you're off to Luna Park, Melbourne's biggest Halloween costume party. Tickets at lunapark.com.au. You're going to have a ripper time. You've got an unlimited ride double pass. How good?
Wow. Thank you so much.
Alexia, I don't know. I can't remember why. It was explained in school. I don't know
was
why.
it really?
I think it was. Yep.
Danny in Baldwin, what's your question for John?
I've actually got two questions. The first one is, why don't we ever see advertisements for microwaves?
It's a great question. Yeah, like when you think of microwave brands, there doesn't seem to be one that stands out, Brownie, that has separated themselves from the pack due to marketing and advertising.
So, are you saying we don't have advertising?
I haven't seen any ads for microwaves.
Same.
Because microwaves, well, they're not that profitable because they last a long time. So you want turnover, i.e. TVs. Notice the E was after the I there.
Well done. Well done. Good answer. Danny, you two are off to Luna Park. You got an unlimited double ride pass thingamajig. It's Melbourne's biggest Halloween costume party. And the tickets are at lunapark.com.au.
Listen, I'm on to you. Have you answered either of those questions? I know the first one was hard, you know what I mean? Because that's about language and the origins of spelling. But that one there, did you answer the question?
Yes, I did. Because there's no profit in it. It's not much profit because you make a microwave, you manufacture a microwave, and you sell it, and they last a long time. They can last 15, 20 years. Sam, how often do you go and buy a new microwave?
He's got you.
Once a month.
Okay.
Luke in Kilmore.
You buy a TV often.
He's getting more aggressive.
I know.
Luke
he is.
in Kilmore. Good morning.
Morning. I've got to know the answer to this one. Why don't birds get electrocuted when they touch the power lines?
Why don't birds get electrocuted when they touch the power lines, Brownie?
Because they're not touching both.
Correct.
Thank you.
Touching both what?
Power
touching
lines.
both power lines.
That's the only way you get fried.
Sam.
Once again, I don't know why you're angry at me. I'm just representing the listener.
If I was a tightrope walker, if I was walking along a power line, as long as I was walking along the same line, like a bird, I wouldn't get electrocuted either.
But you're about to launch into a Nelly Furtado song, man. That was unbelievable. Hey, what do you think about that answer, Luke?
Yeah, okay, hall pass.
It's much like
hall pass.
Much like the whole song, the whole show, by the way. It's fine.
Mind you, they started flapping, and the tip of their wing hit the other line. Bang, gone, game over. Okay. They end up like my Uncle Les.
What an awesome vision.
They fall, they get electrocuted and lose their arms.
Luke, who is your hall pass while we got you?
Oh, Pang.
Thank you very much, Luke. I appreciate that.
Luke, what a man.
Beautiful.
You've got great taste, Luke.
Laurie, your question for John.
Jonathan Brown, what is the mystique and attraction of one Sampang?
Great.
I haven't set
What is
this
going
up.
on today?
I haven't
Jack?
set this up.
What are you doing?
Pang's getting angry.
This actually wasn't set up. This was Laurie's genuine question.
Laurie.
Laurie.
How often do you think of Sampang per day, Laurie?
Oh, maybe when I listen to it a couple of times.
Yeah, it's hard not to think of someone when you're listening to them, Brownie. I don't know if you're aware of that, but that's it's an interesting question, Laurie. Do you have an answer, Brownie?
Everyone loves a funny man.
No, they don't.
They do. Everyone loves a funny man. They're attracted to funny men. And so you've got that certain...
This is the Chrissy, Sam and Brownie podcast. Lawrence Mooney, comedian, actor, radio man and television guy, in which you may have seen him on Up the Guts with Deano, or soon to be The Comedians with Sam Pang. And now he has a book called Embracing Your Limitations. Lawrence, can you make an audiobook? Because I don't have an internal monologue and I can't read. But for those who can, the book is out now. Here's Lawrence.
Good morning, Lawrence Mooney.
Woo. Good morning to you all. Morning, Dino. Morning, Brownie.
Brother.
And good morning to you, Sam Pang.
My friend.
Wow. We've been on the road together, Sam.
How did you think?
You've disgraced yourself in every city we've been to.
Listen, I told everyone, we spoke about it earlier in the week about our first show together last week in Canberra. How do you think it went, Moon?
I thought it was great.
Yeah?
We went to the nation's capital and we took the roof off.
Afterwards, Moon, what happened afterwards?
Well, straight to a Swiss restaurant for a dirty dry martini, and then, as you do in Canberra, just go behind closed doors and keep it to yourself. There's nothing you can say about Canberra now without treading on eggshells. So let's just say the gig was great.
It was a great gig. There's more juggling in your performance than I was expecting, Moon. But yes, Brownie.
I want to know the reason for the start. Now, obviously, Canberra, a little bit off Broadway.
The reason we started in Canberra, Brownie, is because Marty's from Canberra and he just wanted to get his family in for free very early on. But I've got to say, Brownie, you know what it's like when a new boy comes in and he's too good. You get a bit of professional jealousy.
Oh, yes.
And you want to maybe, run through and raise the elbow on him as he comes off.
Are you sensing that jealousy from the elderly man in your troop?
I know people expect just, zingers from Moon, and I have never felt more welcomed by those three legends of comedy in this country, and it's a thrill to share the stage.
I didn't think
with them.
Moon Man would be there for your set, considering you're opening the batting.
That's true.
It's about 2 hours later.
Well, the tour does continue, and I think there is chances by the end of it that Moon will be rolling up to the venue about 5 minutes before it goes on. He'll miss the first bit. Hey, speaking about professional...
5 standard drinks in at the private beer while Sam was on. I didn't know how he went.
Talking about professional jealousy, I don't have a book in me. I've told you that many, many times, but you do. And I want to give it the proper respect that it deserves. Right. Embracing your limitations. Brownie, I have read this book.
Yes.
I was lucky enough to do an in conversation with Lawrence at the Athenaeum a couple of weeks ago. This book is unbelievable. Congratulations, my friend.
Oh, thank you very much.
Tell everyone what it's about.
Well, I'm a self-help addict. I'm a fundamental man that looks for simple solutions to complex answers. I want a silver bullet. And I've read them all. And that started back in the 90s when I was at drama school and just sitting up at 2 a.m. punching a few cones and up comes an ad for, Tony Robbins. Do you want to empower your life? And it's like... Yeah, Tony, I do actually. Do you want to take control of your finances, improve your sex life? It's like, I want a sex life, Tony.
Very open-minded.
I bought the 12 CDs and they didn't change much at all. And then from there it's gone on to, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. Who Moved My Cheese? I have read them all, and what happens is you give them a bit of lip service for a while, you listen to a motivational speaker and you think, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make some big resolutions, and then a week later you're just back to yourself. So this book, Embracing Limitations, whilst it's a comedy and a parody of the self-help genre, there's a little bit of zen at the heart of it about, just resolving yourself to yourself, embracing your inner loser and winning at life.
Yes, Moon. Get back on the bong. Did you write the book yourself, Moon Man?
Yes, I did. Well, I wrote it in crayon first, Brownie, and then they gave me my pen license, and then somebody typed it up for me. Yeah, so
Moon.
I wrote it all myself.
Yeah, I had a book myself.
Yeah, Brownie asks, I'm holding his book, and he didn't know anything about it. A guy called Adam McNichol wrote it, so that's why he asked.
I wrote the foreword though, Moon.
Oh,
right.
You did.
So is the book called Jonathan Brown? Because that's the biggest font on the cover. Or is there another title?
It's called Life and Football, where talk about advice. This is full.
That's the second print though, Moon. So that was targeted at the housewives, the lonely housewives. So that's sort of the softer image photo.
Is it a tell-all, Brownie? Because there's a chapter in there that should include our day at Derby Day when we were in the Cadbury Schweppes tent and then went home in a boat down the Maribyrnong in heavy weather out across the bay. And
I can't believe we made it.
It was a force 5 gale and you jumped off the boat and you twisted a knee. Pretty badly, bounced up and went, pre-season will be all right.
It's okay.
And I think you went on to play another 100 games.
It was like the Concordia.
It was the Concordia with Scatino at the wheel.
Dino,
you're through that.
Embracing your limitations. What takeaways did you get? Because I know you love this book.
I did. Well, I think we covered it early in terms of it is a parody of a self-help book. But I said to Moon that I found myself, I'm reading it and I'm laughing and it's funny and it's great. And then go, hold on, that bit there is actually quite enlightening and that is going to help me. So I'm going, wow, am I supposed to get? Yeah, I think I asked him, should I feel shame that I'm getting help from a parody of a self-help book?
And that's what I said to you. You shouldn't feel shame for that, but there's a lot of other things. You're a deeply troubled man, so you'll be looking for answers all over the place. But I appreciate that, Sam, because, there is some... I use my own life and, a lot of memoir or tales as cautionary tales. If you want to succeed in life or if you want to embrace your limitations, don't do this. For example, I went blonde for a couple of years.
That's when we met, you were blonde.
Oh, yeah.
Jason Ackermanis blonde?
Yeah, how blonde?
I was going to say Acker blonde. Went into the salon in Church Street, Brighton, came out 4 hours later, blonde to the roots. And then that was 2 years of that. And then what happened next was a revelation, because badly blonde people attract other badly blonde people. I went and did a gig. I was at a bar and this woman comes over with blonde hair. She goes, oh, my God, I had the worst day. I thought, I just need a laugh tonight. So I came and saw you. You're amazing. Hey, I love your hair too. And I was like, what? And then she said, after this drink, let's get out of here. I said, where are we going? She goes, yours.
Whoa.
And I went, I'd never been picked up before. And so properly blonde hair is a subculture. And so I attracted all the wrong company for 2 years and then went, I can't handle the pace. I've got to go back to Mouse Brown.
Brownie, the first time I met Mooney was this blonde, and I looked down and I go, wow, there's a Die Hard villain just standing in the front. This is unbelievable. Hey, Deano, what about this? There's a couple of things I want to. So we've given the book a good plug. It is wonderful, and all the best with it.
Yeah,
so
just in time for Christmas. Great read for Dad.
This is a reunion of Up the Guts.
Oh, mate.
It is.
How many eps on Fox Footy?
True reunion, because their first guest was...
You.
Yes.
Oh, Brownie. What an epised. And it was all downhill.
The book goes better.
Moon and I.
I hope the book sells more than 7. I think that's how many eps we did, wasn't it?
Mate, they couldn't handle us, Moon. We'd get in there, have dinner, have some anti-inflammatories, and just go and make some solid live television. You know?
I had fun doing that. Yeah, we were. The brief was a football entertainment show. It was football and it was entertaining. And then we went away actually mid-season. Always a bad idea. Never go on holiday. When I came back, it's like my pass isn't working.
You two have got more touring to do. You should write a book about that when it's over.
It's going to be well. We've done one, but yeah, this time next week, man, we'll be getting ready for the Palais. So that'll be amazing.
The big regret with the book is I didn't do a Join the Dots. As a kid, I used to love Join the Dots. I was good at it. It's a man with a dog, or, oh, look at that, it's a plane. As if you couldn't see it beforehand with all the numbers actually making the picture.
Get it. Embracing your limitations. It's out now. Lawrence Mooney, we love you.
I love you guys.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissy, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
Hey, everybody, it's Friday. What does it mean?
End of the week, look back, what it was, what it is, what we did, what we didn't. End of the week, you're getting out of bed with your alarm ringing at your head instead of getting ready for the weekend. Let's go through the week. Little bit of Brownie, a little bit of Chrissy. Somewhere in between there's hang, that's all three. Cheap time, celebrate, it's Friday.
We put our hands up to the start of the weekend. With the cheat sheet on the week.
Well, good morning. Here we go. Firstly, I'd love to give a big happy birthday to my brother Will Mountford. It was his birthday on the 26th. But now it's not his birthday, so let's just move on. And on Monday, Chrissy took us through Taylor Swift's new album, and one of her songs is called Maroon. Sounds like this.
Got an update too on the Taylor Swift song, the Maroon. Maroon. It is in fact based on Taylor Swift's love of former Queensland State of Origin player Paul Fatty Vaught. It was going to be called an ode to Fatty, and she goes, that's not really, universally it might not work, but if you dig down and you listen to the lyrics deeply, it's about Fatty Vaught.
Sam's currently touring with his show The Comedians, and he was in Canberra over the weekend.
It was, we flew up to Canberra, the Canberra Theatre.
Private jet, did you smoke cigars and drink whiskey the whole way? Please tell me you did.
We did. The other passengers weren't thrilled.
Do you know anyone in Canberra? Did anyone ask to get on the door or anything?
Well, we're in Canberra, so no, who were my guests?
Barnaby Joyce.
Barnaby Joyce and Lydia Thorpe. They were my two big.
Of course.
On Monday, we had some weather chat.
If you haven't been outside today, you're in for a shock. It's 37 degrees out there, so just be careful.
Turn the aircons on last Friday.
So did I.
Yeah.
I felt a great amount of shame about it. I was like, I'm hot.
Did you turn the aircons on, Sam?
I go to a small Filipino boy with a fan.
Everywhere you go, always take the weather with you. Everywhere you go.
Remember when Michael Flatley and Lord of the Dance were big in the 90s? Well, we started talking about them again.
Michael Flatley, what's he famous for?
As soon as he gets off stage, he needs to have...
Make love within 5 minutes.
Yeah. That Michael Flatley tidbit is interesting because on the Comedians Tour, Marty Sheargold has to do the same thing. And the first person he sees when he goes stage is Mick.
Mick Malloy, good one, Sam. Hey, this is my favourite bit of the Riverdance thing when Michael Flatley's on his knee and he points one way and they do the little tap and then he points the other and they go the other way. All right, here they are in a line. Oh, they're going left. And now they're going right. And then they're going left. And now they're going right. Anyway, visually it's more impressive. Sam talked about one of his favourite musicians.
Selena Gomez. She's announced a new song. She's taken to Instagram to announce that she'll be releasing My Mind and Me, which is a new single that's going to drop soon.
Really?
Yeah. It's part of the documentary, so the track and the doco, they're off the same name and they drop next week.
You love saying drop.
Well, she's just going to drop it. That's what she's doing, mate. All I'm doing is reporting the news, Dano.
You definitely didn't write any of those sentences.
Drop.
Taken to Instagram. Drop. You didn't write that.
I've got to wrap this up because I'm playing TikTok at night.
Cause I just wanna look good for you, good for you. I just wanna look good for you, good for you.
God, I love that song. It's just so cool. On Tuesday, it was Brownie's 14th wedding anniversary.
Are you going to commemorate your 14th wedding anniversary, which is today, to your wife?
Who I love. Happy anniversary, Carls. 14. Mostly good years. No, we had a good time.
No, but in all seriousness.
What's wrong with you?
On Wednesday, Sam had some political news.
There was a budget last night. After 10 years out of government, Labor delivered a budget. Winners and losers? Winners. Patients, apparently. That's good. TAFE's got some money. Aged care. And parents. Well, I don't think so. No matter what they get.
Chrissy had a very interesting question.
As a woman, can I ask, does it mean, is the whole sort of punchline the fact that men would rather play golf than have sex?
Yep, pretty much.
Sam declared his love for Tim Minchin.
I've loved you for a lot longer than you've even tried to like me.
He would have loved you when he was just Sam, the employee of the Clifton Hill Bottle-O.
Did you work at a Bottle-O?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I tell these guys I knew it was time to leave when the boss said, you've been a great servant here. Would you like your own pricing gun?
Oh, wow.
You don't have to share with the others. I said, yeah, cool, if you want me to try to shoot myself with it.
Yesterday, we had a great chat about dressing up for Halloween.
It's Halloween time and kids are crazy for Halloween in this country these days. Remember we went trick-or-treating a few years ago and
Yeah, this is fun.
I was a witch and you were just a beer-drinking dad.
I was.
That's the one I wasn't allowed on, you said, because of my outfit.
What was your outfit?
It's the army hammer, but...
We then went from the great conversation of Halloween costumes to the more unbelievable chat of Halloween decorations.
The Sydney home that sparked outrage from surrounding residents because it decorated the front of the house, depicted characters from The Handmaid's Tale in a rather disturbing way, where they were just hanging with Latin painted like in blood. This seems above and beyond. Other options they could have gone with, though, just for me, by the way, have an open boot of a car with Stuart McGill in it.
And yes, once again, that's the end of the week and the show for this week. We'll be back on Monday. Actually, no. We'll be back on Wednesday. So, have a great Melbourne Cup. I'm out of here. Bye!
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
show will be back tomorrow. Chrissy, Sam, and Brownie. Oh, unless it's a weekend.
Nova 100.